Hey gamers, welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys an updated farm for 1.19 of Minecraft, and this is going to be a sugarcane farm. So I'm going to show you guys everything on screen that you will need, including on how to expand this so that it can be bigger, either up or across if you would like. So that will be at the end of the video, so make sure that you guys stick around if you want to be able to expand this farm. But anyway, let's go in and show you guys what materials we'll need in order to build this farm, and let's get started. And now that you've gathered up all of your resources, let's go ahead and build the farm. The first thing that we're going to do is start by placing either 12 pieces of dirt or 12 pieces of sand. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And I'm going to use polished andesite to surround this, but you can use whatever building block that you would like, as long as it holds water in. Let's go ahead and surround this entire thing with the polished andesite, and then it should have a channel in between. Now, do keep in mind that in 1.19, you can actually waterlog leaves now. You can do this if you would like, but just know that you can't have an infinite water source using waterlog leaves. So in this case, if you were to put 4 leaves and you typically do the corners, the other 2 won't go ahead and grow. But if you go ahead and put a 2x2 like that, instead of using the waterlog leaves, you can put both corners and now you have an infinite water source. So in this case, I'm not going to use the waterlogged leaves, but you could choose to do this if you wanted to. So I'm not going to for this tutorial. So we're going to go ahead and put water down just like that. Now we're going to go ahead and put sugarcane on each piece of either the dirt or sand, depending on what you guys used for your farm. We're going to come to the back side and we're going to go ahead and put leaves behind. And the reason that we're using leaves is because the slime itself won't actually stick to leaves. Now, if you want to use like a glazed terracotta, if you choose to do that, you could. It's up to you, but I like using leaves in this farm just because it seems to help out quite a bit. We're going to go ahead and surround that one side and then come across the top with the leaves. Now we're going to leave this side open because this is how we're going to detect the growth. Now, you have 2 different options of how you want to do this. You cannot put an observer right here. So the reason for this is if the farm activates, it will try to grab this observer and then it will get stuck because this is 12 long and we don't want that to happen. So we're actually going to detect the growth on the bottom here. Now there is a downfall to this because sometimes this will detect growth when you are just waiting around and you'll see the farm activate, but none of the other sugarcane is grown, which means that the farm will activate, but not give you any sugarcane. That does happen from time to time, but it seems like it's about a 50-50 roughly. But it really doesn't matter because this is going to be, you're not going to be standing here and you're just going to come back to the farm. So in my opinion, it doesn't really matter if the farm triggers and it doesn't give you any sugarcane, and it's not because it's not that big of a deal. So we're just going to bring observers around the back side. We're going to skip a space. We're going to put another full block right there. And then I'm just going to put a temporary block right here, but like break that one and then put a sticky piston facing inward, touching the slime. Now, there would be a repeater right here, and I'm going to put that in last because if we put a repeater in now, every time that this piece of sugarcane receives an update, this observer will detect it and the farm will trigger, and we don't want the farm to trigger right now. So at this point in time, what we want to do is surround this side with leaves and also this side with leaves. And then we're going to go ahead and put glass on the very front of the farm. And you only need to go as high as the slime blocks themselves. So we'll just bring that all the way across. And then you want to put a water source on this side of the farm and also on this side of the farm. And then it's going to have 2 for the middle because it's an even amount of blocks that we use. In this case, we use 12 because that's as much as the pistons can push at one time. So we're going to break the 2 middle blocks, or you could have one side or the other. It really doesn't matter. It's completely up to you. Just make sure that in front of the slime, there is at least glass or some kind of block that will stop the sugarcane from being shot out to infinity. Because it'll just launch like crazy if you don't have it some way to stop it. Now at this point, your farm is pretty much done. We can go ahead and put your repeater right there on a 2-tick delay. Now every time that this sugarcane is growth, that observer will detect it, like I mentioned earlier. We'll speed this up a little bit. And there you go. You saw that we got an update, but no sugarcane growth. And then we got some growth now, and there we go. We got our first pieces of sugarcane coming into the farm. And now it should be good to go from here on out. So obviously I increased the tick speed up for that so that your world will not be that fast, but it will take a little bit of time. Sugarcane is one of the slowest growing crops in the game, it seems like, so just bear that in mind. Now, if you want to make this farm bigger, you can actually go up or over. It's completely up to you. So this is easy to expand if you want to. Now, if you're going to go over, I recommend using the side that you did your observer on, because you can actually just use this as the detection. So now this will actually detect going both ways. So we'll read this update from this observer and then this update from this observer, and it can trigger two sides of the farm at the exact same time. Now we just need to do exactly what we did over on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and encase this entire area. Let's see, yep, right there with this pile of andesite. So we got 5, 6, 7, 8. Then let's see, we got dirt. We got 1, 2. Oops, we need dirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Then we can go ahead and fill this in. Then put all water right in here. Then sugarcane on the top of that. And then make sure we put leaves behind there, because the slime blocks will be resting on the top of that. Then we can put our slime blocks on the top of this. Then we're going to skip a space, because that's where the repeater will go. Temporary block, break that one. Then go ahead and put your sticky piston in. And then we just need to surround this part with the leaves. And then we just need to put our glass wall in. Now what you can do, you can break this and then get rid of this water source here. And we're going to put a water source over here. And then wherever it stops, we're going to break that block and dig down. And then you could actually do the same thing on this side. Then wherever it meets, which is going to be right there, that's where you guys can go ahead and break it. And then that's where the collection system would go. And then all we have to do is put a repeater on the back side right there on the 2-tick delay. So every time that side receives an update, the whole farm will trigger at the exact same time. And you'll see that here in just a moment. There we go. So that one observer is detecting 2 sections. You could put an observer every single time if you want, so that each individual section can control itself. But you could have one observer running the entire farm, even if you grow it up or over if you would like to. It's completely up to you. Now you have a 100% AFKable farm, and you'll start to receive quite a bit of sugarcane from it, which is absolutely fantastic. Like I said, you can actually go up. So what you would do here in that case is you would put your dirt on the top of the leaves here, which means that now you need to put something below here, which this needs to be leaves. You can't put like your building block, because again, you can't have something right on the top of the slime that will stick to it, because if you do that, then the slime won't actually extend. But don't do that. That'd be bad. So we're gonna go ahead and put the block here, and we're gonna come out. Now, if you are using leaves for this instead of like glazed terracotta, again, the leaves can be waterlogged. So be careful where you are placing your buckets of water when you do this. You're going to want to put it either on stone or you're on the dirt or sand. There you go. You can just go ahead and line that just like that, and it will be just fine. And then you can repeat the entire process that we did down below. But hopefully this does help you guys out. If it does, make sure that you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would help me out a lot and is greatly appreciated. And honestly, guys, if you do have any questions related to this farm, then leave a comment down below, and I will do my best to help you guys out if I possibly can. So we will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.